uses sideboys, boatswain, and call to welcome aboard and send ashore ship's company officers, visiting officers, dignitaries, and VIPs. The sideboys would haul on the ropes so that the officers do not have to use the rat lines, which are hanging over the side and used by the enlisted crew in order to go ashore or come aboard. This honor was often extended to visiting officers, port officials, and dignitaries. It was not uncommon for the commanding officer to order up the jolly boat, a crew of 8 strongbacks, sideboys, and boatswain, to send an officer and fellow shipmate to shore retirement, home, never to set sail on naval ships again. All hands on deck was passed. Speeches were made about great victories, battles fought on the open sea, raging storms weathered, and voyages to distant, strange lands with ports of call others could only dream about. Then, a fine sword, a brace of pistols, a rifle, a musket, or a sea chest made of fine wood and bound in brass was presented to remind them of the ships and crews that they'd served with. The boatswain would stand tall beside boys. The retiree would step to the boarding platform, request permission to go ashore. The sideboys would lower away. As the jolly boat pulled away, the gunner would fire a salute from the ship's main battery. The retiree sat in the stern sheets, going home. In the late 1700s, the United States Navy set sail with new ideas, new goals, and a desire to develop traditions that would stand the test of time. The United States Navy led the way with providing honors to its shipmates. Today, we have given much of the pomp and circumstance, honors, customs, and traditions back to history. It does not give us the freedom to do these things from the past. But we still must stop all engines, lay about smartly, and drop anchor to pay honor to one of our shipmates going ashore. To honor her years of service, leadership, guidance, mentorship, and friendship she has freely given these 38 years. I shipmates, for 38 years, this sailor stood the watch. While some of us were in our bunks at night, this sailor stood the watch. While others of us were at school learning our trade, this shipmate stood the watch. And yes, even before some of us were born, this shipmate stood the watch.
Be nice.
And in those years, when the storm clouds of war were seen brewing on the horizon of history, this shipmate stood the watch. Many times, she would cast an eye ashore, see her family standing there, needing her help and guidance, needing that hand to hold in those hard times, but she still stood the watch. She stood the watch so that we, our families, and our fellow countrymen can sleep soundly and in safety each and every night, knowing that a sailor stood the watch. Today, we are gathered here to say, shipmate, the watch stands relieved. Relieved by those you have trained, guided, and led. Vice Admiral Tyson, the watch stands relieved, ma'am. We have the watch. Boatswain, stand by to pipe the side. We have a shipmate on the shore.
Will the guests please rise?